The word going around is that quarterback Mason Rudolph would like a fresh start in free agency. Mason Rudolph been with the Pittsburgh Steelers for 6 seasons. Mason Rudolph was drafted third round. Had a first round grade on Mason Rudolph. His beginning with the Steelers was a little rough. Him and Big Ben really, didn't get along, and he wasn't taken under the wing, like a lot of young quarterbacks are with the veterans. So Mason was pretty much on his own in Pittsburgh from the beginning, and that's just how it seems. Mason really never got a true shot with the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you look at the current the roster, the quarterback room, you had Kenny Pickett, Mitchell Trubisky, which he was recently cut from the Steelers, and then you had Mason Rudolph. All those guys had a chance to work with the ones, and Mason never had a chance to work with the ones, and Mason's been there longer than both of them. So that lets you know when a guy don't have a shot at training camp with the ones, you can't really say you gave the guy a true shot, especially when you just sign a guy and he comes in and takes over the starting job, which was Trubisky, which that seems like it was a big mistake, and it may be the reason why Mason Rudolph wants to explore his options in free agency, because Mason may look at it and say, hey, I know you guys put me in, and I'm grateful for that, because me getting into those games and playing in those playoff games put me in a position, to be where I'm at now and be able to test the free agent waters. But, I believe he feels like he should have been in there a little bit sooner. And from his play on the field, that seems like if that was the case, Mitchell Trubisky should have never been in there, after Pickett. So, it looks like it should have went to Mason. You went to Mason Rudolph as a desperation move. And, he's looking at that too. It was like, hey, you have no other choice. You have nowhere to turn to. Mitchell is not competing. So, you have to do something different. And Mason was just, he was just there. And it ended up working out for the Steelers and Mason Rudolph as well. And now Mason Rudolph, after the season, maybe with a little bit of clarity, he's talked to his agent, his family, and things like that, listening to what the Steelers are saying. And he probably just feels, it's the same old same. The Steelers want Mason back, but it's because of the situation. Do you really want me back, or do you want me back as an insurance policy? Man, it's going to be. And then do the Steelers really want Mason back, because it's really going to cause some turmoil, because Pickens, Deontay Johnson already said that they want Mason Rudolph instead of Kenny. So if anything goes wrong, Kenny's not playing, he's not, it's not up to par, you're going to hear Mason Rudolph in the crowd. The receivers will be calling for Mason, and the Pittsburgh Steelers already said it's Kenny Pickett's job going into next year. So how do you think that makes Mason feel? When you hear that, you didn't get a fair share, you didn't get a fair shake from the beginning, and now they're already saying that Pickett is the starter with a little competition. So they're already putting the ball in his hands, and in Mason, if you look at what Mason's been through with the Steelers, man, what he had to go through just to get on the field for the Steelers, and to hear something like that, it's like, hey, I why keep on with the keep on when now I can kind of control my own destiny. I played good enough, and with the quarterbacks, situations in the Pittsburgh, not with the Steelers, but with the NFL period, with all the quarterbacks going down. Backup quarterback play is a must, and Mason proved that he can get in there and win you some games. So I know teams are going to be interested in Mason Rudolph just by his deep ball ability. You know, him standing in there, take a shot, and deliver it. And say what you want, man. Mason looks to be durable too. I know he took the Myles Garrett helmet and the hit from Earl Thomas, man, but Mason stands in there, he takes the hits, and he gets back up, you know. So Mason's tough. Teams that see that as well. And if you're a team that has weapons, man, speedy guys, route runners, tight ends, or whatever, you're probably going to be looking at bringing in Mason Rudolph. So Mason Rudolph, I believe he deserved to go somewhere. You know, if he don't re-sign with the Steelers, I know Steeler fans and things like that will be kind of like, hey, man, but you got to ask yourself, you know, where was all the love and everything for Mason, man, when he was third string, man? That's probably how he's looking at it, man. It's like, hey, you know, the people's rallying around me, but, you know, like he said, when the crowd was screaming Mason Rudolph, he said it, you know, after the game, he said, I've been on the other end of that. When, you know, they booed him, you know, after the Detroit game, they wasn't too kind to Mason. When he tied with the Detroit Lions, not the Detroit Lions of now, years ago. So it wasn't always the case for Mason Rudolph here in Pittsburgh, and he remembers that as well. So you can't blame the guy, you know, if he has his sights, you know, sets on another team and going somewhere else, because he really didn't get a shot with the Steelers. So, and he deserves to have a shot because Mason did everything the right way. You know, you never heard nothing negative for Mason about him not playing. He didn't play all last season. Still nothing. And when he got in there, he was ready and he made the best out of his opportunity, man. And you can't do nothing but root for that guy no matter where he goes. If it's your team, not your team, because guys normally don't do it the way Mason did it. And he did it right, and it's time for him to go somewhere if he leaves the Steelers and get a fair shake, like you know, that which he should have had with the Steelers. But you know, things always don't go as planned, and now it looks like Mason will be getting, you know, just an opportunity. That's what he deserves. You know, nobody's given anything in this league. You have to earn it, and I believe Mason earned the right to compete for a job in the NFL. So Mason Rudolph looks like he's gonna be, you know, looking for a new home in free agency. The Steelers said they want to bring him back. We'll just have to see how it goes. Free agency is, you know, a little over a month away. New league year. And that's when everything, you know, becomes official. You know, you're hearing word, you know, little word chatters and things like that right now. But it'll be official soon. And what do you guys think about that? And we'll just see what happens. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell to get all the new videos. And until next time, I'm out.